Chosen one, something sacred has been set in motion. The universe is not confused. It knows exactly who you are, and it knows exactly who's meant to find you. The perfect partner isn't lost. They've been orbiting your energy field, waiting for divine clearance to draw near. And now, that moment approaches. But here's the catch. You can't meet them as your past self. The partner destined for you, this rare, soul-mirroring presence, is not attracted to your wounds, your survival mode, or the mask you wore to stay safe. They're being sent to the real you, the unveiled, awakened, aligned version of your spirit. Something unique is on its way to you, chosen one, a surprise present. This person is not a reward. They are a response to your healing, your growth, your decision to finally stop shrinking to fit cages you were never meant to live in. They're not coming for chaos. They're not showing up to fix you. They're showing up because you've already started fixing yourself. And just like the divine gift spoken of, this connection cannot be duplicated, manipulated, or forced. It is ordained, timed, and sealed by something greater than algorithms or coincidence. So, open your heart. Align your truth. Because what's about to arrive will reorient your entire being, and not just your calendar, but your calling. They're on their way. Just make sure you are too. Read this message all the way through, because by doing this, you're aligning with the frequency of your favor rather than merely listening to words. To seal them with energy, type 7777 after leaving your best wishes in the comments section. Your wish might be the spark the universe has been waiting for to ignite that next breakthrough, and this moment is full of possibilities. Let's get started, chosen one. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The revealing of God, the spotlight season, has begun for you. The period of obscurity is ending, and even you will be surprised by what comes next. Since your future isn't typical, neither is this message. The atmosphere around you will change as a result of the radiation you're about to emit. Your energy will become irreplaceable, your aura unforgettable, your presence undeniable, and you will become magnetic. All of your silent sacrifices, unseen tears, and silent steps in the dark are about to be rewarded with divine brilliance. No one will be able to dim the light you're entering, because you are being positioned to be seen and are divinely aligned to shine. Type Amen to embrace the angel's blessings. Show your support by giving super thanks up to $20. You are the only one who carries that frequency. It is safeguarded by divine authority, encoded in your path, and ingrained in your soul. No matter how long you tried, you were never meant to blend in. You were destined to be unique. Preservation was what you thought was isolation. Redirecting was what you believed to be rejection. While the world hurried noisily forward, you were being prepared in silence. Now, however, is the moment when your presence will be heard loudly, not with noise, but with unquestionable strength. Even people who haven't paid attention to you will ask, "How did you do that?" as you enter a new season. You are going to be ostentatious, not out of pride or ego, but out of purpose. The purpose of this type of flash is visibility, not vanity. This is to ensure that the people assigned to your light can eventually locate you. You've been undervalued, buried, and put through enough hardships. Behind the scenes, you've been the one they didn't anticipate. However, the curtain is now being drawn back. What heaven has refined is being revealed. Your strength, your story, and your scars are all shining brightly now. You are already shining. You don't need to pretend. This is the pivotal moment, not just a brief period of success. Instead of rising and falling, you will rise and continue to do so, as well as attract, influence, and multiply. The reason this flash is unbreakable is because it is genuine and not fake. Individuals will be drawn to you because of your very presence, not just because of what you say or wear. They'll question, Why being around you gives them a sense of empowerment. It's because the light within you is revelation rather than ornamentation. Now is the time to realize that the flamboyant version of yourself that is emerging is not for you alone. You were selected to carry brilliance for a purpose rather than for performance. Your light is a reaction to the darkness that pervades much of the world. Your prosperity, brilliance, and happiness are medicine and fulfilled prophecy. You're going to be placed on platforms you never believed you were eligible for, and in rooms you didn't request to be in. But in places you haven't been yet, your name has been whispered. And now those whispers are turning into invitations, and those dreams into doors. Type Amen to embrace the angel's blessings. Show your support by giving super thanks up to $20. The strength of your true self, being the chosen one, is a confirmation, not a burden. It is evidence that what you have survived is becoming sacred. This flash is for truth, your truth, not for being trendy. Additionally, your arrival will be indisputable because your journey was genuine. People won't comprehend your perseverance. They won't comprehend how, despite all the stress you endured, your heart still shines. You will, however, because you are aware that you were created, not destroyed, shaped, not mistreated, concealed, not forgotten. You are unique, so this new season will feel different. It is no longer necessary for you to explain. You don't have to convince anyone of your value. Your glow will speak for itself. Your deeds will be more audible than your words. Without uttering a single word, your presence will provide answers. That's what walking into your assignment has to offer. That's why divine timing is so beautiful. That is the intelligence of a person who is self-aware and no longer compromises for the comfort of others. You will soon be dazzling in your self-assurance, tranquility, discipline, blessings, and resilience when life throws you a curveball. People will turn when you enter places without making any announcements. People will stop. Even before you speak, there will be something about you that inspires respect. That's not a coincidence. It's the ultimate manifestation of divine authority through the veil that once concealed you. You were simply undiscovered. You were never invisible. The world is about to learn, though. Even the slightest changes will become apparent to you. You'll be more attracted to your mirror because you're beginning to see the true you, the one that was concealed by years of survival, rather than out of vanity. Your speech, gait, and thought processes will all change. You'll wear clothes that reflect your true self. You'll make decisions that respect your inner king or queen. No more settling for less. You'll stop apologizing for your glitz. The world attempted to dim you, but you were meant to shine. To be clear, this has nothing to do with showing off wealth or looking for approval. This is about taking a bold step into your light. It has to do with not apologizing for the favor in your life anymore. It's about realizing that you were the one who was supposed to be in the spotlight. Being aligned is more important than being liked. Additionally, alignment generates applause because your purpose is loud enough to command it, not because you asked for it. The glow up, a change in spirituality. In order for others to feel at ease, you had to be small for so many of your previous seasons. Now, however, you are being told to stand up without apology. This flash of brightness is not merely a show. It is earned, necessary, and sacred. People will feel success when they see you now, not just see it. They will sense the presence, tranquility, and perseverance that brought you to this point. They'll understand that you were selected, not lucky. It's nothing new that's starting to come to the surface in you now. It's always been there, hidden away under layers of silence and survival. However, the time has come for that hidden brilliance to show. You are being encouraged to make an impact rather than to impress. And the influence you will have, chosen one, will reverberate in spaces far from where you are physically present. You'll leave behind residue. You will leave a revelation. Additionally, people will never forget how they felt when they came into contact with your light. This flash they'll see isn't just your appearance. It's the way you now move through the world with poise, confidence, and a deep inner knowing that you belong, are ready, and are following divine guidance. It's a shift in frequency. You're entering a new version of yourself in which you don't need permission. You don't question your readiness anymore. The doors were made for you, and you walk as though they were. Years have been spent trying to blend in as much as possible. You believed that hiding would keep you safe. In actuality, though, it merely postponed the inevitable. You were never intended to vanish. Background energy is not what you were intended to be. You were created, molded, and destined for leadership, prominence, and innovation. Not in conceit, but in consciousness. You are now entering the realm of your soul's complete expression. Type Amen to embrace the angel's blessings. Show your support by giving super thanks up to $20. This glow should not be taken for granted. This is about becoming who you always were under pressure, not about looking better. You're altering dimensions in addition to your wardrobe. The proof of everything you've recovered from is shining brightly in your soul. You've relinquished identities that never belonged to you. You no longer answer to names that diminish your value. And that clarity has evolved into knowledge, and recognition follows that illumination. You'll notice that people start treating you differently because they can now sense what you're carrying. Not because you ask them to. Before you even open your mouth, they sense your shift. They sense the strength in your serenity, the beauty in your presence, and the royalty in your silence. It's frequency, not force, that has made you magnetic. Nothing can take away your glow in this world. Not jealousy, not ridicule, not sabotage, because when it's divine, it's safe. It's unstoppable when it's genuine. When earned, it cannot be taken away. They may attempt to mimic it, but they will be unable to do so because your shine originates from a deeper source. You have survived storms and emerged radiant. You've shown up despite crying in private. Despite being ignored, you have never been overthrown. You have experienced things that would have broken others, but instead of growing resentful, you have improved. But you crystallized, not crumbled. And now, every part of you bears proof. Proof of your power, proof of your mission, proof that your story has been inscribed in permanent ink by divine favor. Unrepentant and unstoppable. Your actions are predetermined by greatness. They are not arbitrary. Your ascent will appear abrupt to others, but it wasn't. There was no sound. Others were ostentatious and boisterous, but you were establishing roots. You were solidifying. You were coming full, and you won't tremble when you get up now. You will echo when you speak. The atmosphere will change when you show up, not because you're attempting to prove anything, but because you now have an unavoidable vibration about you. Even your skeptics will be astounded, not because you seek retribution, but rather because your actions will speak louder than words ever could. Your spirit knows that you were always meant for this, so you won't feel anxious when you enter places you've only ever dreamed of. Your journey began when the divine marked you, not when they saw you. All of that preparation is now being transformed into a presentation. You're being found by the light. Opportunities are coming to you. The appropriate people's eyes are on you. Additionally, you'll begin to notice that people are mentioning your name in circles that you previously felt were too large. They will feel like fate now. And since you've been molded for this very moment, you won't question it. You'll get it. Hear me out, chosen one. They'll be interested. They'll mutter. They'll ponder. Your response to their question, "How did you glow up like that?" will be silent, since the truth is too profound to describe. It wasn't cosmetics. Money wasn't involved. Not even inspiration. Alignment was the cause. It was faith. It was fortitude. When life tried to harden you, it was about remaining soft. When hurt told you to numb, it was healing. When everything around you appeared hazy, it was vision. That's the kind of flamboyant you are now. Not a glow on the surface, but a radiance on the soul level. You are taking on a leadership role, not a position of prominence for selfish reasons. Your voice will be heard. Your choices will motivate. People will find hope in your walk. You're shining now, not just getting by. And it's infectious to shine like that. Others are awakened by that kind of shine. A shine like that transforms spaces. Inspiration will strike when you enter uninteresting situations. Not because you try, but just because you are. Even when your mouth is silent, your spirit is speaking. True glow does just that. It makes visible what has been concealed. It brings what has been buried to life. What has been suppressed is released. And that kind of freedom is going to shine through your life, chosen one. To reach this new level, you must stop doubting yourself. You're prepared. This is your time, so stop asking. You will be accepted. Stop worrying about it. Don't worry about losing people. You may, but you'll gain power, peace, and a sense of purpose in exchange. The ostentatious version of yourself attracts, rather than chases. It embodies, rather than proves. It makes the decision, not pleading. You're going there, and you won't get any smaller. You're gaining an unearthly confidence now. You're walking with confidence, rather than haughtiness. There is a distinction. Confidence simply exists, whereas arrogance compares. Now your presence will do the talking. It's not necessary for you to describe how you got here. All you need to do is keep going because everything you do now is covered. Now, every action you take is preferred. Let them speak. Let them observe. Let them ponder. You don't care what they think. Your glow was always for your task, not for their approval. And you will become brighter the more you fulfill that assignment. The path becomes clearer the more you trust your inner guidance. You feel more unstoppable the more you follow your spirit. The flash is that you are finally being authentic and are no longer trying to be someone else. The flame is that truth. The spark that is igniting everything is that self-awareness. You're going to be dazzling, and it will be amazing. The appropriate time for your glory. The glow is appearing now for a reason. It's not arbitrary. It's not a coincidence. It has nothing to do with timing or trends set by others. The reason for this is that your inner light has been quietly charging. It was all fuel. The strain, the anticipation, the heartache. You're entering a glow that comes from within, not from outside noise. You're shining because you've improved, not just because life has improved. In a chaotic situation, you learned to remain composed. You acquired the skill of energy conservation. You discovered how to begin embodying instead of performing. The world is getting ready for you now that you're ready. In real time, the tables are being turned. The tide is turning in your favor. Not because you changed who you are, but because you made yourself known. People who have never seen you before are taking another look. Fear no longer obscures your light. The versions of yourself that used to hide your glow in order to maintain harmony have grown out of your life. If that peace meant shrinking, it was never real. Additionally, you are no longer compromising your shine. You now bring clarity into rooms when you enter. You are present. You elevate. People now question whether they're even qualified to approach you, whereas before, you wondered if they liked you. Furthermore, this comes from energy rather than ego. The new you exudes self-approval and doesn't require validation. You move with purpose, so you don't need applause. That's what gives you a genuine glow. They'll look and wonder because of this. They will therefore watch and whisper. Now that you've gained attention without having to ask, everyone will be looking at you. Your glow is also your limit during this season. The filtering is being done for you by your radiance. You will no longer be able to look the wrong people in the eye. The wrong opportunities will pass you by in silence. You're too bright to act like that right now. You know too well to settle for less. Every aspect of your life will begin to mirror this internal change as your spirit finally rises above your fears and declares, I was born for this. I was built for this. I'm not apologizing for my flash anymore. You'll see that you start choosing your company more carefully. Conversations that drain you will no longer be entertained. You'll leave places that make you feel uneasy. Right now, your glow demands sacred space. You can't have everyone at your table. The new you is too much for some. People often assume that being flashy equates to being loud. But your definition of flashy will be subtly elegant, powerfully soft, and quietly confident. Not because it's screaming, but because it's sacred. That's the kind of energy that draws attention. Your peace will speak for itself. You don't have to shout your victories. Your presence will carry your proof, so you don't need to post it. You'll walk in it without having to argue about your value. There is nothing more spiritual than this glow up. It's when your energy and your purpose are in harmony. It's the re-emergence of your actual self. It's the unreserved acceptance of your true self, barefaced. You're letting yourself be seen instead of trying to be noticed. You won't believe how that change will brighten your world. Doors will open on their own without a knock. Blessings will come to you naturally. And in rooms you've never been in, people will begin calling you by name, not out of partiality, but because your light is now undeniable. You are becoming indisputable, chosen one. The person you prayed to meet is emerging in you. You're transforming into that confident, attractive, and eminent version of yourself that doesn't falter in the face of attention. Your laughter is no longer a secret. You no longer minimize your aspirations. You no longer minimize your genius in order to appease others. Either they will quietly leave, or the room will rise to your frequency. In any case, you're not getting any smaller. You are here to be strong, to inspire, to awaken, to show what happens when you trust divine timing and stop settling for anything less than your truth. You are not here to make people feel at ease. You're going to be ostentatious in ways that will cause people to reevaluate their opinions of you. Not because you're flaunting yourself, but rather because your glow is becoming a testimonial. How are you going to welcome this new age of indisputable brilliance?